quiet village surrounded by rolling fields and tall palm trees lived a young man named Samuel and a gentlewoman named Hannah. Their love story began simply. They met at a gathering where families came together to celebrate harvest and give thanks to God. Samuel admired Hannah's kindness, while Hannah respected Samuel's humility and faith. But love alone, they soon learned, was not enough to build a lasting marriage. One evening, Samuel visited an elderly teacher in the village who was known for his wisdom in the scriptures. Samuel asked, "Teacher, what does the Bible truly say about marriage?" The old man opened the sacred scroll and read words written long ago. He began with the teaching recorded in the book of Genesis about the creation of man and woman. Then he quoted the words of Jesus Christ. "Therefore, a man shall leave his father and mother and be united to his wife, and the two shall become one flesh." Samuel listened carefully. The teacher explained, "Marriage is not just a celebration or a contract. In God's eyes, it is a covenant, a sacred bond." Samuel returned home with those words in his heart. The wedding. Months later, Samuel and Hannah were married. Their wedding was filled with joy. Families danced, children laughed, and prayers were lifted to heaven. But after the celebration ended, real life began. Marriage was not always easy. Sometimes Samuel worked long hours and returned home tired. Sometimes Hannah felt unheard and lonely. Small disagreements slowly grew into arguments. One night, after a difficult day, Hannah cried and asked, "Did we make a mistake?" Samuel remembered the words he had heard before their wedding. So they visited the wise teacher again. The lesson of love. The teacher turned to another scripture written by Paul the Apostle. He read slowly, "Husbands, love your wives just as Christ loved the church and gave himself up for her." Samuel realized something powerful. Marriage was not about who was right. It was about sacrifice and love. Then the teacher continued reading another passage about patience, kindness, and forgiveness. Hannah listened as tears formed in her eyes. She understood that marriage required grace, humility, and forgiveness. The test. Years passed. Their marriage faced storms. Money became tight. A drought struck the village. Fear and stress filled many homes. But Samuel and Hannah remembered what they had learned. They prayed together. They supported each other. Instead of blaming one another, they chose unity. And slowly, their marriage grew stronger than ever. The wisdom of marriage. One evening, as the sun set behind the hills, the teacher visited their home. He smiled as he watched Samuel and Hannah laughing together. Then he shared a final piece of wisdom inspired by the teachings of King Solomon. "A marriage built only on beauty will fade," he said. "A marriage built only on wealth will crumble. But a marriage built on faith, love, and respect for God will endure every storm." The message. The Bible teaches that marriage is not simply about romance. It is about commitment, sacrifice, and unity. Two people choosing each day to walk together in faith. As taught by Jesus Christ, when a man and woman join in marriage before God, they are no longer two separate lives. They become one. And when God is placed at the center of that union, love becomes stronger than any challenge life can bring. Because true marriage is not just a human promise. It is a covenant blessed by God. Kindly subscribe for more updates from Screen Gold.